Okay guys, number 5, remaining focused. Wow, what a big topic this one is. Okay, so I'm looking at it from a perspective of a day trader here. Obviously if you're swing trading, this may not apply to you, but it still kind of applies, because if you're swing trading, my guess is that you're still focusing on the opportunities that present themselves during the day to hold for a longer period. That's really the kind of the good way of swing trading is you've maybe got alerts set out, you'll still want to get involved and still want to watch the market, and then pull the trigger when you perceive you're at the low of the day for a long or whatever it may be. So remaining focused. So what do I mean by that? You've at all times you've kind of got to put into perspective what you're doing here. You are risking money to make more money, and it's as simple as that. And when you start over analyzing, when you start over giving it too much credit what you're doing, then you kind of mind gets far too caught up in the thing. And one of the big things is that you tend to zoom in too much. Now if you're a day trader, what do I mean by that? It means that you forget about the bigger picture and you zoom right down, and you're looking at a 1 minute, and you're not remaining focused on the bigger picture. You're not understanding that, hey, this is my library of setups here, this is what I'm waiting for, this is simply all I'm doing. I have decided that this is the type of day it is. I've decided these are the setups I'm going to take today, unless something else shows me different. So all I'm waiting for are these setups. It's as simple as that. Okay, I know I'm simplifying it. I know in the real world it is complicated, but it's bringing it back to it and saying, listen, don't over zoom into stuff unless you're about to take the setup. You've only got so much focus. Yeah, you've only got so much emotional capital, mental capital, cognitive ability. Don't waste it unnecessarily. And what I mean by that, and what I mean by this, is that you don't need to be watching the chart every single minute of every single day, of every single second, whatever it may be. It's unnecessary, because even if you're scalping, and I was a very, very active scalper, trading many times a day, I would know exactly what I was looking for. And so I could take the breaks when I needed to take the breaks. I didn't need to overload my brain. I would say, listen, I'm looking for this specific pattern on the 1 minute chart. I know we're in a time where this may occur, and so I don't need to be staring at the screen. I only need to be staring at the screen when I'm about to execute, and that immediately lifts off a massive amount of load on your brain and stuff, because even if you're just looking at the screen, you're still processing, you're looking. But the trouble is, you fatigue, because then when it comes to the time when you need to pull the trigger, you need to have that cognitive ability, you need to be able to focus and do the thing you need to do. You're tired, you're worn out, your focus is gone. It's just another thing. You're there, you click the button, you don't realise you put a lot of risk on that. You don't realise that this is really key, because there's plenty of setups that are like this, or whatever it may be. And you lose focus, and inevitably you might make a mistake. You might do something stupid, like position size is wrong. You might not see something that you normally would have done. So you need to protect the focus at all times. So how do we do that? Well, you've got several ways of doing it. Number one is that we can literally just set alerts on our platform. So even if we're day trading, we can say, listen, I know exactly what I'm looking for, the price point I'm looking for, or a volume stretch, or a range stretch, or a filter with an indicator or something. This is why I'm a real advocate of using systematic approach and then a discretionary approach. So going back to that point of, box number 1 is systematic. I've got to see that, tick. I've got to see box number 2, tick. I've got to see box number 3, tick. And then I go through the discretionary area where I can make the trade or not, as the case may be. But instead of that being discretionary, that being discretionary, that being discretionary, and that's putting all that cognitive load on me, that's making me all that decision making, I don't need to. I need to see this, and this, or just this and this, or just one, it doesn't matter. And then I have discretion. That makes it far easier. And also, you can let computers and let processing power take the strain. So let's say you do see a big uptrend and a pullback. While this is uptrending here, and let's say this is a 5 minute chart, and it's a big uptrend here, and you've got, let's say, an oscillator down here. Let me redraw that, so that pen might be knocking it out, so you can't see that. Let me draw it a little bit higher so you guys can definitely see. So we've got an uptrend here that's starting out. Let's say at the bottom here we've got an oscillator, and of course it's going to be overbought now here, we can quite easily say, you know what, I don't want to get involved unless we come in this zone down here, because that's going to be a good indication that it's a pullback. So like most platforms allow you to do this. You put a line in, you put an alert on that, and you say, please alert me with a siren or whatever it may be, some sort of sound when the oscillator gets into that point, because I know that my setup, again hypothetically speaking here, is, let's use a different colour pen, that I want to take a good stretch up, a pull back, but I only want to take it if we pull back and we pull back into this oversold territory. So there's my stochastics, and then cross back up into overbought for argument's sake. So that's why I want to take, because I know that over time that works well. So if you see this going, you know that that's a trend. You don't want to have to sit there and watch it and watch it and watch it. Just put an alert in. Save yourself the load. Say, you know what, I've got one, which is a trend. I'm now going to alert myself to 2 when it crosses under, and then I'll have to wait for, then it's 3 and then discretion, crossing back up and then the discretion. Makes your life so much easier. Gives you the ability to remain focused, give you the ability to keep centered.